Hello everyone, my name is Victoria, and in this video I'm going to share with you 5 trends that I've noticed while being a social media manager over the last 2-3 years. I also constantly just scroll Instagram and YouTube, and I don't do TikTok, but I do believe that I have an eye for trends, and I want to talk about those today, which is hopefully going to help you grow your social media, whether you are just wanting to become a blogger, or you are a business owner, or you just want to utilize this as much as possible. Trend number 1 is being very authentic and raw. In 2023, trend being a polished brand where everything is perfectly designed, blah blah blah, you have the graphics, all of your thumbnails are absolutely perfect and exactly the same as the previous ones. It's people are really tired of perfection, and having when social media is growing so fast, we get so much content out there. People post a lot, and in order to differentiate yourself a little bit, we want to show that unique part of you, right? Whether you are, again, a business owner, or you're a coach, when you're building your personal brand, it doesn't matter. We just want to be very authentic. And when I said raw, I mean creating content that's a little bit blurry, creating content that has a value but maybe doesn't have a great thumbnail on it, creating content that just speaks to the audience very honestly, but it's not perfectly polished or anything like that. So just focus on the authenticity, and it comes down to stories, it comes down to, on Instagram, it comes down to video content. The more real you are with the people who you think are going to watch this, the better it is for everyone. First of all, it simplifies your job. I don't do scripts for my videos. I just talk as I have a topic and I speak. So my idea with this is I do really want to be myself, and I want people to get to know me through the conversation, through the monologue that I lead here. And so I hope and I think that it is going to attract the people who are actually interested in me, interested in working with me, or just listening to me. And that already creates a bond. So stop focusing on how perfect your graphics are. Start focusing on how real and authentic your content is. Be raw. Just be raw. I would kind of drop the editing as well. If you're editing your pictures, your videos a lot, I find that usually sometimes creates this block, because people who watch your content are then thinking that you are this ideal, perfect business or perfect person, and that is the separation, because we're human beings and none of us is perfect. So in order to not create that extra wall, I advise you to be raw. Trend number 2, 2023, that also spreads on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, anything, and it's storytelling in form of a video, with the video B-rolls being behind the scenes. So you might, if you are on YouTube, you might see a lot of people right now, what they do is they just record parts of their day doing something, doing the dishes, doing the cleaning the house, cooking, and as a voiceover they would tell you something insightful, or something I don't know, a conversation they had with somebody, or a story. And that also creates this little bond, as if you are hearing somebody's thoughts, or somebody is talking about something that's important to them. So that just creates this trust again. And usually those videos are also quite raw. They are not polished. People are not dressed specifically for a video. They're just being themselves. They're just being at home. But you watching them being at home and talking about their insights, something maybe even personal, that creates such a great relationship, honestly. And even if you don't know that person, I personally have followed so many people that just popped up on my feed and they shared something insightful, I was like, oh, that person is fun, this person is fun. And I didn't care about them having, I don't know, like again, like polished picture or well rehearsed speech. All I cared about is them being real, them having a good story to tell, that story being valuable to me. So storytelling, and B-rolls with like behind the scenes. Trend number 3, be weird. You gotta be weird. 2023 is coming to an end. We're gonna approach 2024, and again, social media is just gonna become saturated with tons of content. And if you're not, or if you're trying to follow the crowd, you're less likely become known for something. So I advise you to drop all the ideas of you becoming a fashion blogger or something just because you know someone who became popular by becoming a fashion blogger. Really think about what interests you. And when I say be weird, I mean, so for example, I'm just going to give you an example. There's this guy who lives in New York. He's from, I don't know, somewhere from Europe, but he moved to New York a few years ago, and then he just loves coffee. He loves checking out new coffee shops. So he converted his page on Instagram to like a coffee spots discovery informational news feed about New York's coffee shops. And he grew pretty fast. Like I think right now he has like 40,000 followers, but his niche is so specific. Like there is so little information about him really, or about anything else. It's just him posting pictures with coffees and like desserts and just like nice atmosphere, restaurants like where he gets his coffee, and I've never seen that kind of pages before. I never thought this could be a niche, but he liked it. He was passionate. He is passionate about it, and he was like, I'm just gonna make my page about coffee shops in New York. And now people ask him for recommendations. Now brands want to collaborate. Now he gets like obviously free coffees around New York because people just want him to post about them. And it's fun. He participates in like markets and competitions like about coffee breweries and all this stuff. It's very interesting actually, but it's weird, like, right? Like at least me, I'm used to seeing people like, I don't know, making like a cooking blog, or like a mom having 3 kids and she's just, recording her life and posting like but coffee shops in New York is something very specific and something a little bit weird, but very interesting. So think about your passions, think about the things that really excite you, and create a niche around it. Create something unique and something specific. And you can also combine, something that's actually very important. You can combine 2 things that seem to be uncombinable, if I can say it. For example, I don't know, like you are a handyman / an artist or something like, like kind of pull 2 polarized ideas or topics that people wouldn't think can be a niche on its own and create it. And I'm not telling you like create it out of thin air. Think about your interests, think about what you like. Like for example, me actually, like this is perfect. My YouTube channel is going to be about very different things. It's just going to be me like sharing my thoughts and insights and ideas onto what I think is important, I think is interesting. And I'm such a diverse person. Like my background is crazy. I currently live in Mexico. I love sweets, I love coffee, I'm an artist, I'm a social media manager, I'm a business owner, I'm a sister. There's so many things that I can talk about, and I'm just gonna put it here. And like my niche is gonna be me spreading the word about things that I think are important or valuable for other people. And so you might think someone who is an artist might not be necessarily right away like a business owner, but I am. And I'm also a YouTuber, and I also want to grow my social media and one day become popular, maybe. So those things are all inside of you. Just like find your passions and combine them. Don't be afraid to combine them. And you can always change stuff. Like, don't worry too much about it. Um, Trend number 4, and this specifically relates to Instagram. So Instagram's algorithm, and I've been watching quite a lot of videos lately. They changed it. Now Reels are not getting as many non-followers, like views, which means that they are back to prioritizing pictures and like static posts. And I advise you to go heavy on carousels, and you can utilize them as like just dumps, like multiple pictures at the same time. Actually, the more pictures you add, the longer you keep your audience on your post, the better. And storytelling. So on each slide, you can write your thoughts, and then at the end, once people scroll down, you know, like to the 10th slide, they have an insight, or they understand your story, or like, yeah, like spark a conversation, like make them think about something. Don't forget about carousels. I know we all are utilizing Reels. I know we all are going and like posting video content, but Instagram initially years ago was the platform that grew on pictures, and I think they are gonna try and stick to that, which I think is fair. We have TikTok and we have YouTube, and like there is enough space to post video content on. And number 5, and this is specific for YouTube. On YouTube, I've recently also discovered that there are a lot of small channels that just starting out, like maybe 6 months in, a year in, and they are getting very, very popular, and they grow quite fast these days if they post, again, what I said at the beginning, raw content in the form of a storytelling, and it's not like perfectly polished editing. My videos are not edited at all, by the way. I just post them as they are, and I believe this is how I want to proceed with them for as long as I can, unless something will change. But I love watching these conversational videos. Like, they make me feel like I'm with you in the same room, and I'm just telling you my thoughts out loud, and I'm not editing them, and I'm not like picking the phrases, I'm not scripting, I'm not being like an actor or an actress. I'm just being me. And this, again, like this creates such a great bond. And so on YouTube, there is a very, very big trend right now is in like storytelling and the raw with like the raw picture, just like almost no editing. I advise you to try. I know a lot of people get scared. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but what if I did a mistake, blah, blah, blah. We're humans. I don't pronounce all words correctly. I'm not even a native speaker. And I just got over this fear years ago of like, you know what? I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna be able to like say every single word correctly. My grammar is probably not gonna be perfect till the rest of my life, at least in English. Well, probably at this point in Russian as well. But that shouldn't stop me from sharing what I feel like I should and I want to share. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, like it, share it, I don't know, comment, let me know if you're interested in similar topics, and I'll be happy to record more for you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.